Let's see if it connects now. I keep getting an error on my iPhone. Come on, don't be a stinker. There we go. Okay, we're fine. I don't know what the heck happened there. Craziness, craziness. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started right away because I want to get done. I'm going to show you how I made this little wooden Harvey. All right, you made it. Awesome. To start with, believe it or not, I've already made one because this has to dry, but I'm going to show you how I made this wood. This is a Simon Hurley stamp. The stamp is called Water Marble. And so I'll show you how I got the idea. So I've had this probably my whole life. It was my mother's, and it is carved out of wood. And that's kind of what gave me the inspiration to do my Harvey like this. So the reason I bought this was because a friend of mine does, she does that acrylic pouring thing. And I was wondering if there was a way I could recreate that on paper. I still haven't messed with it, but anyway, you're going to start with a stamp, this one or something similar. Hi, Melissa, Crystal, Elizabeth, Kathy, Candace. And then I've got VersaFine Clear. You need to use a pigment ink that is, that's not water soluble, okay? So I'm just going to coat this whole thing in the ink. And I'll be using the Accent Opaque 120-pound paper. You could use watercolor paper if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. And I do the whole piece because I'm going to be cutting it all out. Let me grab one. I thought I had one handy, but apparently there it is. I'm just going to take the whole piece of paper and lay it on here and rub it down. Isn't that boot cool? Thank you. Yeah, I've been carrying that around. Well, I can remember it from when I was a little kid, and that was in the 60s, so. And I'm just pressing down with my hand. Doesn't have to be perfect, but there we've got this brown design, right? So I'm done with this. Then I'm going to grab my splat box and lay my paper in it. And because this is waterproof, it's not going to move around on me. And I'm going to go in with some brushed corduroy, distress spray stain. Just get a couple of spots. And then vintage photo. And I'll cover it mostly with the vintage photo. I just wanted some little bit lighter spots. And this will lighten up as it dries. So there's that. Very simple, very easy. And you want to let that dry. You can help it, but it needs to be dry before you start cutting it out. So I'm just going to dry it a little bit, then I'm going to set it aside since I already did a piece. Okay, Melissa. Just drive safely and only listen, don't watch. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and just kind of let it dry while we work on the rest. So next, I'm going to work on my background piece here. And what I have here is I have this pine bough or pine branch embossing folder. And I have iced spruce oxide. And I'm just going to rub it on this flat side right here. And I know you guys have seen me do it a couple of different ways. Today I'm doing it this way. I'm going to rub it on pretty generously. And I'm going to grab a piece of watercolor cardstock. This is the Tim Holtz. And I'm going to take my water and I'm going to mist it a little. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to lay this in. And I'm going to run it through my Vagabond. I know this embossing folder is everything, man. I love it. I don't usually buy them all when they first come out until I see somebody make something with them. I'm going to run it through one. Come on. Two. Three. So that kind of gets us our background. Hey, Mike. Now, I'm going to just simply take my little ink square of my pine needles, and I'm going to go over my pine needles, just like this. But to further things along down the road, I'm going to grab my splat box again. And I'm going to grab my pine needles distress spray. And sorry about that, I didn't get it out because I'm a ding dong. Where are you? You'd think I'd find it right away since it's my favorite and I use it all the time. There we go. Now I'm going to aim it, and this is just distress spray. Oops, I missed, but that's okay. I'm going to aim it at the pine needles. Okay, and then I'm going to take water and move it, move it, move it. And I'm just kind of moving it back and forth here. Once I kind of get it where I want it, then I'll give it a dry. Yep, I did it with the watercolor before. There's many, many ways you can do this. And so notice I'm kind of holding it up and drying the spot that I'm holding up, because I don't want it to run too much. I don't mind if it runs a little because, yeah. Plus I'm holding it because this thing will warp. So I don't really want to get it too wet. Yes, it's called pine branch or pine branches. I mean, you could do this little soldier on any background you wanted to. Okay. I'm going to just kind of wipe up. This is one of those silicone mats from scrapbook.com. I wanted to test it. So we're going to get to work here on Harvey now and just kind of let that sit for a little while. And let's just move that out of the way. We don't need these anymore. Well, we might. You never know. You never know. And I'm going to lay him out basically onto this wooden background. That's what makes this whole thing easy. I think this one's going to have a mustache. Let me get my pokey tool. My last one didn't. I don't know. I like them with the mustache. I guess because my hubby has a mustache. This is a body part, so this is going to be red one. Now you get to choose your outfit, which one you want. For this one, I used this one right here. And I'm going to do that again. So then I'm going to need, I don't need this one. I don't need the trim. This is red 3. This one would normally be yellow or white, but it's also going to be wood. Everything. Here's red 2. Here's our boots and our chin strap, our feathers, more boots, hat trim, shoulder pads, face, cuffs, and boots. So your 6x6 square piece is enough for all of it. Hi, Chow. I did see the pre-order emails. Yes, I sure did. Man, oh man. I don't know if I'll ever have time to work with all that I purchase, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I hope to. And all I'm doing is just taping them all down so I can, mostly so I can move them over to my machine without spilling them everywhere. And let me go ahead and put my stuff back together on my machine that needs to be on here because I just did an emboss. All right, guys, what did I do with it? Oh, no, there it is. And I'll be using this guy. Okay, so you guys are going to be surprised at just how easy this whole thing is. Ugh, come here, you. I've got too many cutting pads piled up here, y'all. There we go. Okay. I'm going to pull up my tape. Well, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Well, tape. So that's okay. So I know this one is red 1. Oh, it's still in there. Okay, red 1. Here's red 2. I like to poke these out away from my silicone mat because it's hard to pick them up off the mat. Let's see, here's red 3. Oh, I think I got the wrong one. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I think I got them both. Okay. We've got hat. This is yellow / white. That one goes there. Oops, might turn it the right way. This one's going to go there. This one, I got the wrong one. I don't want to do that one. I don't know where the other one went though. Might have to. What do we have here? Okay, there's the face. I'm not worried about the eyes. I don't give them eyes. Here's the foundation piece. There's the one I want. Okay, good. That goes like that. These are gray one, which this is the bottom layer. Shoulders. Super. This guy's super easy to put together. If you felt intimidated, don't. It's so easy. These are hat trim. These were, what were these guys? These are gray too, so they go over top of that layer. Now that's one thing I'm always losing is the doggone cuffs. Now where'd that other cuff go? Flipped out somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's the cuffs. Where'd the other one go? Oh, here it is. Hat plume. And shoes. And chin strap. All right, there's all the parts. Okay, do what you have to do, Crystal. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, we're good there. I'm just kind of pick up because my friend Abraham told me I need to stop being such a sloppy crafter. Oh, like I listen to anybody, but yeah. Then I'm going to start I'm going to utilize walnut stain today. And I'm going to stain around every single piece. So this is where my fingers get really messy. But this will give it that darker tone, giving it more of a wood feeling. Okay, so there's body. Then I'll do hat. Glue. I lost my glue for hours today. It was just behind something I couldn't see. It's I've been cramming to get my design team work done. You know, still trying to make everything look nice and decent. But you know, also trying to get it done because the sooner I get that kind of stuff done, the sooner I can play. Then I like to take a paper towel and just push down with the paper towel to dab up any excess glue. Okay, there's hat. All right, now we're going to do body. Hey, Debbie J. back here, you. A lot of times when I'm gluing stuff down, I do like to use my tweezers, but not necessary for this piece. It pretty much fits on by itself. It doesn't need a lot of help. Okay, then this piece goes on. Like I said, doing this in one color makes it so easy. I've done them in pastels, I've done them in plaids, and there's a lot of thinking that goes on in that situation, where this is just putting together one after the other. Okay. See what I mean? When you kind of darken the edges, it gives it that more kind of wood feel. Okay, now goes this part of his suit. And then I like to take, and if there's a lot like deep spaces in there, I like to take and go to the back and just fill in the back. And it kind of helps fill in those gaps. If you get too heavy on your glue, just tap it off on your silicone mat. Believe it or not, he's doggone near done. You could mass produce these. I mean, when you make an investment like this, you might as well make a lot of it. I'm bad about making one thing and then setting it aside, and some of these things are $30. I mean, you can use it every single year. And sorry if my head gets in the way. Right here I need to see because I need to get it even. Easy though. I mean, you know, come on. So we're gonna do shoulders, and I'm gonna do the solid shoulders. So there's two different types of shoulders to choose from. And this is where I get really dirty. Holding these teeny tiny pieces and inking them. And the shoulders only glue on right there on the corner. You could put something up underneath there if you wanted to. I don't. Oh, that's bothering my eyes. I have to move that light away a little bit, y'all. I've been having migraines the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. I know it has to do with my glasses, but then when I get one, the light just bothers the crud out of me. Okay. Shoulder pieces done. All right, let's get the legs on. Now what I found is that these legs seem to be a little bit longer than where the bottom of the jacket goes down. I'm guessing they're designed that way, but if they aren't and I'm doing it wrong, it's fine. Yeah, I have new glasses, but they're wrong. The prescription is right, but the bifocal's too high, and they annoy me, and I just don't feel like going back to my eye doctor. So that's on me. It's just, it's kind of far away, and it means I have to leave the house on my day off, and I'm not a big fan of leaving my house ever. Okay. See how easy this is? I mean, it's so easy. And that card's getting a lot of attention for such an easy thing to do. Oh, come on. Okay. Get the boots, and I'm going to make them nice and dark. Hi, Jim. Hi, Alicia. Okay, other boot. Okay. Now we've got the cuffs, the mustache, the hat, or the feathers. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cuffs here, and they're really teeny tiny, teeny tiny. So I'm going to kind of hold this and just lightly kind of edge it. And I'm going to do the glue here. Well, that was a sloppy. I'm just trying not to get my head in the camera. You've made 18 Harveys so far this season? I would love to see them. Tag me on Instagram, maybe? Not _afraid of color. I have a Tracy Fair Instagram too, and people keep tagging me on there, but I don't use that one. That's kind of for my work. I did start putting my cards and stuff on there before I decided I didn't want to share that stuff with my coworkers. Not that I have anything wrong with my coworkers, but there's thousands of them, and I don't know, I'm just not comfortable. Okay, do a little feather. And I'm not doing the mouth because I'm going to do a mustache. You won't be able to, well, I might do it anyway and just cover it with the mustache just to get the height. Yeah, we'll go ahead just for the height. Thank you, Connie. Welcome. I'll recap so you know how I made this wood, because that was one of the main important things that I wanted to show you, is how I get this particular type of wood grain with a stamp that wasn't meant to be wood at all. Oh, your little mustache. Okay, then I just have these little hat things, and then I'm going to do a little rose here to symbolize the English rose. I've seen people make these into all kinds of cool stuff. Yes, ScrappyShak did. Oh, Melanie was live. She said she was going to be going live, but this is my normal scheduled time. Yeah, they opened a store in Georgia, and it's so stinking cute. Her location is amazing. Okay. So this rose, what I have here is I have these little plastic roses, and none of them are red, so I'm going to have to make one red. I'm going to get the closest to red I can get here. And I need something plastic to work on here. And I'm going to grab some alcohol ink. I've got red pepper. That'd be cool, Cordelia, if you could go. I don't know Georgia very well, so I couldn't tell you exactly how to find the location. But she's been having live classes and all kinds of fun stuff. Ah, do not. Okay. I had some of this on me last night, and Mike thought I was bleeding. I said, no, it's red alcohol ink. He's like, no, you're bleeding. All right, I dropped that on the floor. I'll never, ever find it again. Let's get another. Just put a little drop in here. Maybe this one will be a better red anyway. Now I'm going to take a brush that I normally would use for anything I feel like using it for. And I'm just going to kind of brush on the alcohol ink. Blend it in. Won't take long to dry. So now it's a little bit more red. I need it a little more red. I want it redder. I want Christmas red. Hi, Cordelia, by the way. I know a lot of people have been looking for Twig and Stump, and they're not in stock anywhere, but they're in stock in ScrappyShak. I just checked today. Okay, so, and I've got my little leaves here, and I want a little sprig here on the top of his hat. So, I'll just take my little skizzers. I'll just trim off a twig. Just to make him festive. Just kind of press it down. And that glue will dry clear, by the way. I still like to dab off the excess if I can. And then I'm going to take my glossy accents and glue on that thingy-mabobber, that rose. If I can find it. Where is it? That's Crackle Accents. Oh, I lost them. Huh. Okay, I'm going to use glue to glue on that rose. I'm just going to put a pretty good sized dot right here. And pick it up and plop it down. Give it a little bit of pressure. I'm just going to set that aside and let that kind of dry while we finish up. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean this off so that you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, I forgot to put his chin strap on. It got away from me. I'll put it on in a minute. All right, so we've got this and it's relatively dry. It's still a little bit damp there in the corner. That's okay. I'm going to take my, where is it? Where did my gathered twigs go? That's walnut stain. Oh, here they are. I'm going to take my gathered twigs distress ink and just kind of run it here and there. Just to kind of give it that little bit of woodsy feel. And then I'm going to edge this whole thing with the vintage photo or whatever's on my thing works. And I'm going to go kind of high because this is kind of sort of ground. And I want to make sure I'm getting these sides. And this one is exact card front size, so I'm going to leave it that way today. The other one that I did trim it down. No, I'm not going to today. But you can. Okay. Now, I've already cut these twigs and I've colored them with the same color, which is the pine needles in oxide. And I'm just going to use them to kind of back him. Maybe I'll go like that. Let me lay them on here and see. Let's see here. Want this to go up a little higher. As if he's standing in Christmas. Come on. Once I have them kind of arranged how I want them, I'll just pick him up. And I will take just a piece of tape. Yeah, I'm going to pop Harvey up. Absolutely. I'm just going to take a piece of this tape. It's going to be all covered, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to kind of tape these down right here. And then I will place just little bits of glue here and there. Not too much. I like my stuff sticking up for the most part. But I don't want it to move on me either. You can arrange these any old way you want to, or not at all. Okay. And then see Harvey. Now my tape's too wide. I'm going to be taking that off as soon as these kind of stick down. I'm going to try to take it off. There we go. Because Harvey will make them stick down the rest of the way with this foam tape. Oh, gonna have to glue that one a little bit more. Let go of my finger. Okay. Let's make sure my rose isn't gonna fall off. Okay, it should be fine. Let's get the foam tape. Yeah, I could use the press and seal. I could. Now, here's the thing. My foam tape is a little bit wider, so I have to make a little bottle in the neck. Because I do want to support that neck because it's the weakest part. I don't know why I took that other side off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that using the press and seal is a wonderful idea. I don't know why I keep taking those back pieces off. I don't need to take them off yet. I'm just trying to be careful in case my rose, I don't want it to pop off. And this is just, I don't know what kind of foam tape. I think I got it from scrapbook.com maybe. Simon Says Stamp. I don't know. Amazon. Somewhere. Do his little feet. Gotten that one a little too big. We're going to find out here in a minute. All you have to do is just trim it if it shows, and it does. So I just come back here and trim it off where it's showing. See here, okay. And peel off the rest of the backer, throw some glue on there just for added security and the ability to move it a little to get it in a position. Come on. Now this would take you a little bit longer if you were waiting for your paper to dry. Okay, he's gonna go right here. And then he needs to be standing on something, so what I used before was one of these stickers. And I want it to be so many to choose from. I think before I put that on, I'm gonna snow. So I'm gonna get my splat box out again. Where did I put you? There you are. Yes, I could, but it's gonna dry clear, so I'm not worried about it as far as running glue, red marker around it. Okay, what I use is ink. This is Dollar Rowney Aquafine Watercolor Ink in Chinese White. And I'm going to put it, I don't want a bunch of snow. So some things I like a lot of snow, this I like just a little. So I'm just going to put a drop or so on my acrylic block. I'm going to put a drop of water. And for this, instead of using a fan brush, I'm just going to use a regular brush. Oh no, there's color in this brush. See, I'm a soppy slob. That's why I shouldn't be a soppy slob. Let me make sure I have a clean brush. This one's clean. I know it's clean because I just washed it. Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Just a drippy drop of water. Mix it up. And I'm going to start tapping off over here to the side and then tap off on here. Very, very lightly. Oops. Oh, I make a sloppy mess. No worries. It's just ink. You can dab up. I know it's happened here. I've got too much water. So a lot of this will sink right in. You won't even see it. A little bit right there. Right there. Thank you. Okay. Now, choose my sticker. On the other one, I put Christmas finery, but I want to save my other Christmas finery for something else. I say that and I'll probably never use it. We'll go A Christmas Dream. And all that is basically to ground him. Okay. Then what I like to do is I will glue this down to a card base and then I'll do the final touch. Oh, there's my glossy accent. I'm going to glue it down to a red card base. Not that it matters at all. I'm going to go pretty heavy with the glue because I've got all that embossed paper. Now it did get wet, so it doesn't flatten it out a lot, but it does flatten it out a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of hold it with my hands until my glue takes hold. I got a letter from you today, Pam. Got a little bit sticking out there. I don't mind. I'm going to leave it. I can trim it off later if I want to. So my last step, and that's how stinking easy this card is, stickles. Oh, you're on a cruise. That's right. I'm going to get this running, and then I'm just going to put little stickles on each one of these little berries. Again, I'll probably end up trimming those off, but just to give it that final festive touch. there we have it. Let me show you once more how we got this wood. See how easy and fast that is? And you think it's like really super impactful. So it's a stamp. For those who weren't here in the beginning, I'll go ahead and recap. Now, where did I put the stamp? La, where'd you go? It's a Simon Hurley stamp. Right here. This is called Water Marble. Cool for all kinds of things. You want to use an ink that is not water reactive. So you definitely want to use like a VersaFine Clair. You don't want to, you could use your archivals if you wanted to, and you just stamp it down. You lay your paper down, and then this is sprayed with Brush Corduroy and Vintage Photo. So, and then each piece is inked with Vintage Photo, or I think I did Walnut Stain today. So here's the two. This one is the one I didn't trim down. This is the one that I did. And he has a mustache, and he has the darker color. He has no mustache. They both have a red rose. I hope you guys try it. That's all I have. I just wanted to come live and show you how I made this guy. And I didn't want to make it too long because I want people to watch the replay, because I know not everybody wants to come sit in on a live. Like me, if I'm watching a replay, I've got it on double speed. So just so I can watch it. But let me just lift it up here to the camera so you can see a little bit better. Thank you, Cordelia. I'm way behind. I'm sitting here holding this, and I'm still looking at my screen way over there. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Elizabeth. There we go. And anybody have any questions? No? No questions? I'll give it a second since I'm like way behind. I want to thank everyone for coming to hang out, and so I could show you how I made this guy. Now I got a little sloppy there with my ink. This one was much calmer. When you get on a live, you know, accidents happen. Do I have issues with the sticker sayings? Not really. If you do, just use a little glue with them. I am live tomorrow morning, Jim. I am going to be participating in the Louisa Heinzel and 49 Dragonflies Defember Ember. And I'll be doing 2 of the prompts. So yeah, I'll be here. Accidents never. The wood grain paper, Catherine, does work. In fact, that's what Tim demoed last Saturday. He demoed both the snowman and Harvey using the, I don't know where my white is. My black's here somewhere, but using the wood grain paper, the white one, the white and gray one. Say that 3 times fast. I can't even say it once. So yeah, that's where I got the idea. And then I was messing with this, trying to come up with, again, I've been trying to come up with an idea that would look like a paint pour, like an acrylic paint pour. So I bought this and I was messing with it, and I don't know, my brain just went there. I looked at this thing and said, this is this. So, oh, golly, you guys. Yeah, it's long. It's long, Catherine, but you can skip through. Yeah, it looks like marble paper because it's a marble stamp. So, it definitely looks like marble. But, you know, there's wood that looks like that, too. Yeah, I think I was thinking of something else with that, and then I went here because I was inspired by Tim. Isn't that boot awesome? I love this thing so much. It is hand carved. It's been around. It doesn't have any signature or anything on it. It's been around in my family since the 60s. My mom collected hobo art, which I'm not quite clear what that might be, but that's all. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you hanging out with me and watching my videos. And please give me a thumbs up on the way out if you like this video. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me about your experience. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.